Red pill raging with black pill guts. I'm out here driving big bodies because I don't give a fuck. So yeah, I did it. You guys should have saw the post. Sorry for those that do see the post. But yeah, I traded in my Ford Explorer. Just a little bit about the numbers. I got this. They wanted 75 or 76,000. It's like $1 less. They wanted 76,000. I saw on Car Gurus that it was overpriced for the market by $3 grand. I told them, hey, listen, I want this truck and everything else like that. I showed them, I was like, listen, I brought both keys. I'm ready to do this deal today, but I'm gonna need you to knock something off this price because per market, this should be a little bit lower for this truck. They knocked the $3 grand off. My Explorer, again, with these trucks, this is a 2020 2500 Silverado High Country with the technology package. So I have like the package. So I have the head-up display. It's a full diesel, a V8 diesel engine, probably about 36 gallons. I had to fill this sucker up yesterday, man, and trust me, that sucker would not stop. So probably to fill up this tank right now, diesel last night was probably about 390 gallon. So to fill this whole thing up would be about 140, maybe $150. But with that 36 gallon tank, I have larger towing capacity and I can go a lot farther on that tank. So you're probably looking at 19.9, 19.1 from the research that I did, miles to the gallon highway. City probably a little bit less, but for the most part, you know, if I fill this sucker up right now, it shows that, or it showed after I filled it up, it showed that I can travel probably about 520 miles. So you get pretty good gas mileage even for a larger diesel truck like this. It's kind of surprising using it and working with it and everything. Like I'm very surprised, and I really do like how it feels. I've gotten used to it, the big truck feel a little bit. I do have a lot more work in terms of parking and whipping it and how to do everything, but it has cameras everywhere. Like, you know, it has the whole the three-dimensional or the full surround coverage where you can see everything around you, the parking lines in the front and the back. So you have front and rear assist cameras, a whole lot of, I have like the gooseneck package in the back, so I can actually connect fifth wheel if I wanted to and tow that. I already have a tow hitch on it. Use 60,000 miles, 72 grand out the door after financing. And, you know, I'll do a stream on this later on tonight, but I'll talk about, you know, how I'm going to have to rebalance everything. But with the gap insurance and a 3-year warranty, 3-year, 100,000 something, or 45,000 more miles warranty, I'm looking at $1,291 a month is what I'm paying for this. My Explorer was $481 a month, and I was doing that, and I had a couple more years on that. But oh, here comes my mama. But so I'm really impressed with this so far, and I really like it and everything like that. So I'll get into the numbers later on, but 7% interest rate on that. I will refinance this as I pay off some stuff. I do have some new business, so that's another $50 an hour coming in, which would be great. Which would be great for me. And then honestly, I probably have to work 6 hours a week, and I'll pay for this truck in a month. So 6 hours a week. 4 weeks in like 4 weeks, so I probably have to work like 6 to 7 hours or something like that to actually make the payments on this truck with this new contract, new deal that I'm doing. So anyways, let's get into it. So has keyless entry, and I think it has remote start. I haven't tried that yet. I don't know if it's like, so this is the key fob. I'm gonna get a new one because this is nasty and dirty. But I think it's like, I think you have to do like, is it like, I don't know. Yeah, so I have to figure out how to do the remote start, but I do have like, I can actually let the tailgate down like automatically, which is pretty freaking cool. So I can do here. All right, so that's pretty freaking sick. And then you can actually let it up as well, which is cool. We'll start on the outside, I guess. That tailpipe, I don't know if that's aftermarket or original. It looks kind of original to me. Has a tow hitch already, which is great. As I said, the gooseneck package, so it has the so I can actually put a gooseneck in here, so I can haul a fourth wheel or fifth wheel if I wanted to. A fifth wheel if I wanted to. So that's really nice. When I ordered this truck, the one that I ordered was a long bed, but this is a short bed, or the standard bed. I did want something a little bit longer, but this is more than enough for what I wanted. But I did want the long bed, and that's, you know, what I freaking ordered, and they didn't come through with that. That was bullshit. But that's why I had to drive 45 minutes to another dealer to actually get this truck. One, they had it, and two, I walked in, they gave me some type of respect, and we did the deal, and I was out. I hate going to the car dealerships. They take a lot of time for like damn near no reason. So you have to press it twice, then hold it, and then it actually goes up, which is really nice. So what else? Yeah, so Fender Automotive out of Douglas, Georgia. That's where I went. I do like they have these steps here in the front and the back, and that's really nice. I do like how it has a little bulge. I've always wanted a dually, but that's the 3500, which isn't that much more expensive. But man, the suspension on that sucker is so tight and so stiff, and it's made for hauling. And if you're not hauling, there is no point in getting that. And I had to come to that, you know, realization in a sense. So let's look at the back here. So I have all my stuff from my old vehicle. I was surprised how much I had, but you know, red pill on the outside, black pill guts, you know, it is what it is. The space is personified in the vehicle that I ride in, you know, wood grain, you know what I'm saying? Because that's all I'm giving these. All right, let me stop. But I really do like the interior, a lot of space. You already know what's going on here, you know what I'm saying? That's where the AR shall be. So I'll definitely have one of those. It's hard to get this. I gotta figure this out. It's like you gotta do it, and then it's a catch point, and then you pull it down. Okay, there we go. I got it. What's nice is they have compartments like this here as well. Full on cup rest, which is pretty heavy, and like it locks pretty nicely as well there. And then they have another section there. The interior is very nice. Again, a 2020, 60,000 miles on it. The gentleman before was a pastor, and he ran a hauling business. So he hauled a lot of, I think, empty trailers. So it didn't really have a lot of load on it. But it's nice a little bit, but it's still basic. You know, like, I mean, you can't expect so much from a truck. What I do love, though, are the mats. These are like those WeatherTech mats. I always get these mats for my vehicles. Any Explorer that I had, I always got the WeatherTech mats. Even for the 7 Series that I had, always got the weatherproof, high, you know, more durable mats. Do have the running boards, which is really nice. I wish I had the ones that, you know, fold in and out. That's just kind of cool. I think that's pimp to have. All right, out to the front. Bose sound system, like halfway up, my ears start to pop because like it's just, or my ears start to hurt, I should say, like because it's just a lot. The controls on the side, not too bad. I'm not sure if because it's used, but you know, I don't know, like they're not bad, but it's just, I don't know, maybe I expected stiffer or something like that, especially with coming from my Explorer and all that. And of course I had my Explorer, I bought my Explorer new. But it's really good that I had probably $4,800 in equity on that, so that's really good. So I like that. In terms of like to get into this, definitely got to step up. If you don't have that step, it is like don't have a leg injury and try and get up in this thing. But I have to, even with the step, I have to hold it with my left hand and then pull my right side of my body in first to get into here. So let's go ahead and do that. Ooh. What's nice is this is already tinted, so you have the tint here and then you have the tint on the side. Now, I do not personally really like tint. It's not my thing. And I find it to be a little bit hard to drive with, especially at night. And I've only driven this at night so far. What's nice that it does have the, it has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is nice. It has a lot of different options here for towing and just different options here for towing here. And then also other options here for towing. This is not a good car review, so I'm not really going to get to the buttons and the improper lighting here. But I do have heated and cooled seats. Let's start this sucker up. And for a diesel, very quiet on the inside. I was like very surprised that I was like, yo, is this a diesel? And, you know, the lady that sold it to me, she was like, yeah, it definitely is. So I have my Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay. I think it'll play a freaking, hopefully it doesn't play a book. Hopefully I don't lose my sound. Yeah, hopefully I don't lose the damn sound on this. But here you have the home screen, and then with the Apple CarPlay, I can have different apps on here. So messaging apps, WhatsApp messaging, or regular text messaging, Teams, so I can actually have chats. I can't view old chats, but I can view any chats that happen while I'm on my ride, which is really nice. Wi-Fi hotspot if you get OnStar. They give you the OnStar if you put in a payment. They give you 1 month free, and then 3 months if you put in a payment method, and it's like $39 a month for the Essentials package. I do have a sunroof, so that's pretty cool. That's really nice. You don't have that. It's one of my trees. Damn thing's as tall as hell. Instead of spending all this money on trucks, I need to get like one of them cut. Oh God, that's me right there. This is cool. So it actually has the rear camera integrated into the visor, or the rear view mirror. So that's the camera view and everything else like that, and that's really nice. Now, real quick, let's put this in reverse so you can see all the cameras. You can see how the wheel is turned. I think you can see the wheel turning too. No, you don't. Okay. But what's really nice is, like, for instance, if I have lines, I can see cameras on both sides, and then I can see where, if I'm in the lines. So if I'm curved, and then also with the cameras, it'll actually show you the view and everything like that. Now, one thing is, I don't know if you can, yeah, you can see the heads-up display. So I have the heads-up display. I can change the brightness and everything, and, you know, the position of the HUD itself, which is nice. And then I can also change, you know, if I'm using turn-by-turn directions that are integrated into the truck. I use Google Maps. That's an app that I can actually use through Android Auto. But with Android Auto, you do have to have it connected. And then other things like towing information will be here too. So this is really nice. What it actually does with the, I think with the cameras, it actually takes, it does recognition on the road signs that it passes. And then it'll give you like whatever the speed limit is until the next road sign. So that's pretty cool. And it'll actually show it down here. And then up here where I have my gauge, or my speedometer, or the display for my speed, it'll say, hey, listen, it'll have you have a gauge, and then it'll say like, okay, this is your max, and then how much you are above that max. So it's like really no excuse for you not to know what's going on. So you have that option, you have that like capability there, and that's because this is the technology package, and there's like 2 technology packages in the new version. So, or in the like the 2022, and maybe even in this one this year, but because this is a 2020, but it has like pretty much all the options. Like there isn't much difference here. So I can view certain cameras. Also, what's nice is if I have like it has collision avoidance, so I think it's 360 or 180 front and back. I'm not sure if this one has like forward collision on it. Lady was talking about it, and I didn't really, like, honestly, I was just like, I'm gonna get the truck, and I wasn't blinded by much of anything. I drove it, and I was kind of hesitant. I don't like driving stuff that's not mine, but I was kind of hesitant, but drove it around, and it felt good. And also there's no issues with the Carfax or anything else like that. No reported accidents or anything. So that was a good sign, or a good thing. And you know, they gave me all that, and they were upfront about it. Close this here. Here, 360 camera. So this is pretty cool. I never looked at this view. So you can actually see the truck. I mean, you know, that's the base model. It's high country over here, baby. But yeah, so you have all the different cameras, and okay, you got this view here, and then you can have like your trailer view too. There's like other views. What can you do with this? What? Oh, that's cool. So you can see front and back. Oh, okay, so if I press this, okay, so that's the front coming off the grill, and in the back here. Oh wow, okay, so you can see even closer to the tires and stuff and get like a more precise parking there. That's nice. And then here, oh okay, so you can have the lines for it when you're like doing your when you're like maneuvering the vehicle and everything like that. So yeah, there we go. So that's where you can see kind of where the wheels will take you and everything like that. So that's really cool. Awesome. And then with the heads-up display, since I'm not using the turn-by-turn directions anymore, I just use Google, what's it called, Google Maps. I use this one here, and it'll actually show if a car's in front of you or anything like that. In terms of, you know, more about the interior and all that, the lighting is not that great. I'm expecting it to be a little bit brighter. But glove box here, there's the bottom one, top one's for like your papers and stuff, and then the bottom for all your regular stuff. And then of course, oh, what the hell is that? So this is where, you know, I get the little gun compartment and everything. It does have USB, and then you can get a little tray that sits on top of here. I got some other stuff to buy here tonight, so probably gonna buy a miter saw as a bit of a celebration. Because yesterday as I was driving to the dealership, and put the sucker in park before I fucking fuck this shit up. But yesterday as I was driving to the dealership, I got a call from a friend. He hooked me up with another with a slight little contract sort of deal, and that's going to be another $50 an hour, as I said, and that's going to be pretty good money. And it looks like they, you know, have quite a bit of work for me, so that'll be great. But I was already going to buy the truck, and you know, I had already talked to you guys about pre-tax contributions, what money's left over, so on and so forth. So even if I still do 19%, and I'll go over this in the stream probably tonight, if not tomorrow. But even if I do my, you know, 19% pre-tax 401k contribution, I'll still be able to afford the difference of this truck. I'll just have less cash flow. But then I'll be saving out that wazoo, you know, so I can still do all of that and still make this payment. Thank God I have that ability. I have the skills to pay the bills and able to, you know, buy the toys and the bigger trucks. Now, I don't need a truck this big. I wanted a truck this big. I wanted the high country, and there's a difference, you know. But in terms of like what I quote unquote needed or really, like, you know, would be useful out here, I could have worked with the Explorer for a little bit longer, and get a hitch on there, and then get a trailer and all this other stuff. But I was like, nah, I want to get a bigger truck. I want to get a diesel. Want some a little bit nicer, and with all the quote unquote bells and whistles on it. So got what I wanted. Definitely like this truck, even with the payment of $1,291. My mortgage is $1,422. Just full disclosure. So I'm paying damn near a mortgage for this truck. So putting that out there. But I do have my home, so that's great. But you know, putting it out there, just this is what I'm doing. This is, you know, like it or love it. That's just the what's going on. So I could always, you know, I could have taken that money and made investments and stuff like that. But that other project, that other bit of money's coming through. I can still make my investments, and it looks like I'll have some money coming in. So that's like another thing. So even without that money coming in, I'm still in a decent position. Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. You know, like this vehicle, I love it thus far. I haven't really done much with it, but I do like it, and I do, you know, I do appreciate it. You know, I mean, the mats are super sick. I love the mats in here, and I love the way they feel, being a little bit higher up. I do have to get used to the stopping power of the truck, even without a load. And then also the power of the truck. And then also, hey, it has a lot of power. It can go pretty fast and everything. But it's like, you know, it has a lot of weight to it. Like, you take a corner and you ain't careful, man, you sliding. This thing, I guess the inertia, I don't know, I don't know the right term. If Don Calypso's watching, he'll correct me. But man, it's a lot. Oh, and that's you know, 517 miles you know, left in the tank of travel. So that's pretty cool. I did have like a coolant light, and I saw that at the dealership, or when I was coming back from, they like let me drive it. Like here, and you know, you can't do this in South Florida, but like they'll give you the keys and they'll be like, all right, cool, we'll see you when you get back. The town is so small and everything, and I guess they don't have enough. They don't get, I mean, they probably have, well, no, I don't think they have trackers on it, because I mean, they haven't told me if they have it. But the town is so small, Douglas, Georgia. It's smaller than the town I live in, which is Waycross. And it's just like, I was just like, are you serious? Like, you just like, they're like, yeah, we don't have to go on the ride with you. And I'm like, what? I was like, you could never do that in Florida. Somebody might go hit a whole lick, rob a bank, do all types of shit, and then bring your shit back like it's a rental. Like, so it was crazy when the lady was saying that. So, but it was a good buying experience. It did take a while. I didn't get home until like late that night, and honestly, you know, I had left work early because I was just going to get something else, and then, you know, I said, you know what, screw it, man. Let me just go ahead and buy this thing. So, yeah, I'm happy with my purchase. I'm glad about it, and I'm glad I made the decision to make this happen. And, you know, I kind of thought about it beforehand, and I was ready to do it. I had the keys and everything, but I was also willing and ready to walk away at any point in time and say, you know what, screw it. I don't need this. There's no need for this vehicle. So I was ready to walk away from the deal as well. So anyways, with that being said, hey man, thank you guys as always for watching. And I hope you guys are, you know, you guys don't have to be making quote unquote boss moves, big moves, buying vehicles. I could have taken this money and invested it and done all types of other stuff. But this is what I wanted to do with the money, and you're free to always do that. Whether it be under, like, you know, whether you get scrutinized for it or what have you. But just know, when you do things like this, always have a plan and be ready for it. When I buy vehicles, ever since I bought my BMW, I always quote unquote planned it out or thought about the numbers beforehand. And even with this truck, I knew about the numbers beforehand and ran them really quick. And honestly, when I say I wasn't like so much planning to get the truck, I went out there to like get this truck, walk away from the deal if necessary. But also before I went out there that day, yesterday, I wasn't even thinking about buying a truck. And then I just, in my mind, started running on it. And then I found this and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's go ahead and do it. Like, let's go ahead and get this sucker done and get this out the way. Found this, good deal, I think, and went from there. So, as I said, out the door, 76 grand with 45,000 miles, 3 years, 45,000 mile warranty, and gap insurance all financed into it. So 76 grand walking out the door. Payments at $12.91 a month, with a 7% interest rate. And I will be refinancing that here in the next couple months, just to get probably maybe like a 5 or maybe even a 4%. You know, but I wanted to get this out the way and get in something sooner than later. This was not a need. I didn't even need a truck this big. This was a want. And I want to be very upfront with that and very clear about that type of stuff. And that's important. This is where we're looking at the decisions that we make and making more calculated decisions and, you know, still having fun. All right. With that being said, peace. Talk to you guys later. As always, love you all. One love. Peace.